Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our Life Markets Master Class. We're going to be talking today about pre-funding retirement taxes. I don't know about you, but as I've been progressing in my career, I start thinking more and more about retirement and what that's going to look like for me. And sometimes we overlook some things that could happen or will happen as we get older, as we decide to hang up our careers and walk away. And the same goes true for our clients who are working every day and they're preparing, they're building their nest egg, so to speak. And one of the things that is often overlooked are taxes during retirement. So today is going to be a very brief, but a very uh, it should be a very straightforward training today, because we're going to show you how to help your clients with pre-funding retirement taxes. Like many of us, I'm with my employment here at URL for over 21 years. I contribute to my 401k, and it reduces my taxable income for the years. And that's a lot of that's a lot to be said for a lot of the qualified retirement plans. They help reduce the taxable income today, but it basically puts that tax burden on my back tomorrow when I am retired, when I'm older, and I have to start taking those RMDs. One of the largest expenses that a retiree has is taxes. And that's because they've been putting their money aside in 401ks and IRAs and different mutual funds where it's a qualified retirement plan. They're not paying any taxes. It's pre-taxed money. Now, when they get into that distribution phase, and now they've retired and they are getting that income, that money is being taxed as normal, ordinary income. One of the best assets that any consumer can purchase is life insurance. Life insurance is a perfect option to help pre-fund future taxes during the working years. So as they're socking money aside for their retirement, they're also socking some money aside into a life insurance policy. We'll dive deeper into that and how that works. During a person's working years, they're building their nest egg, they're accumulating assets. Life insurance is the perfect asset to protect families. It helps fund emergencies. It provides a tax free cash reserve. We're going to show you how it pre funds retirement taxes. And it also can efficiently help pass the estate, your client's estate, from them to the next generation. Life insurance is a perfect tool for all of that. So you have that client that's working, they're putting food on the table, they have little mouths to feed, they're helping not only get themselves ready for retirement, but they're also helping the next generation or multiple generations. They may be helping their parents, they may be helping their children, maybe even helping their grandchildren. People are relying on their income and what they bring to the family, protecting those assets, with whether it's land or homes, businesses. Life insurance is a perfect protection tool. There are three types of assets, and we're going to spend a couple of minutes here on this particular slide. There are three types of assets that a person can purchase or a person can have, and we wanted to look into how they're taxed. The three types of assets that we're looking at are capital assets, retirement income assets, and tax advantaged assets. So let's take a look at capital assets. Those capital assets are things like stocks and bonds. It also includes real estate, property, and businesses. Those are capital assets. There are no tax deductible contributions. So They purchase that stock, they purchase that real estate, they buy that business, they have that property. Something that's going to build, um, it's going to grow. It's not tax deductible. So when they purchase those stocks or bonds, they're not deducting the taxes or having that go against their income for today, but it does grow tax deferred. When they decide to cash out that asset, sell it, whatever, there is no tax free reserve. And what they're subject to are capital gains taxes. So, capital assets are stocks, bonds, real estate, property. It's not a tax deductible contribution when that particular asset is purchased. It does grow tax deferred up and down, with the stock market. The property value grows, the business value grows, and there is no tax free reserve, but there is a capital gains tax rate that they'll have to pay. Now let's look at the other asset type, which is retirement income assets. Those are your qualified plans like your IRAs and annuities, where the money that's being contributed in purchasing those particular assets are things that money comes off the top of their taxable income. So if the person's making $100,000 a year and they put $10,000 in, they purchase $10,000, or they have IRAs that they're contributing towards, or annuities that they're contributing towards, let's say for $10,000, then their taxable income is $90,000. These particular assets, IRAs, qualified plans, annuities, things of that nature, they do grow tax deferred. There isn't a tax-free reserve, and those assets, when they're liquidated, so to speak, when they start getting those distributions, those monies are going to be taxed as ordinary income. Now, let's take a look at some tax advantaged assets. Those things are going to be assets like life insurance, municipal bonds, and Roth IRAs. They can't, that particular client, you and I cannot take that as a tax deductible contribution. These are things that are being purchased that we're contributing towards with after tax money. The Roth IRA, the life insurance, cash values grow, it's tax deferred. So that as that grows, they're not having to pay any taxes on the growth. It also has a tax free reserve. Some of these tax advantaged assets can help offset the other um, taxes, capital gains taxes, and other income taxes during retirement. Let's see how that works. So, when you're purchasing a life insurance policy, or when the client is purchasing a life insurance policy, they're funding the life insurance for the death benefit, but there's also going to be cash value growth. You have to do this and you have to structure it using a cash value life insurance policy, whether it's an index universal life plan or a whole life plan, whether it's participating or not. There has to be a cash value reserve. That cash value reserve again grows tax deferred. All that money that's going into that is after tax money. The death benefit is being purchased, the cost of insurance is being used with after tax money. So you look at that young family, that 30, 40-year-old, and they're working every day, they're putting food on the table, they're providing shelter, all of those things. Should death happen before they retire, their heirs, the spouse, children, will receive the death benefit income tax free and qualified plan assets. So if the person should die before retirement, the death benefit will be passed on to the next generation. It avoids probate and it avoids income taxes. The third part is during retirement, the client's going to be taking a distribution from their retirement plans, whether it's from their 401k, their IRA, stocks, bonds, maybe they're liquidating their business and some other assets. They're taking a distribution from the retirement plan, and they're taking what they'll do then, or what you'll want to set them up at or with, is when they're doing this, they're going to use the cash value of the life insurance policy that has grown tax deferred over the years, that will equal the policy's taxes, so that they do not have to take less of a distribution. They're using the cash value as an asset to then pay and prepay the taxes during retirement. So it doesn't have to be a large financial burden during retirement years when they're on a fixed income. So let's take a look at this. Now, for somebody that's already in retirement, it's kind of too late. But for somebody that is in their 30s and 40s, it's not too late. So here we're going to take a look at this case study where we're going to just look at a 35-year-old male. He's healthy. He's making $110,000 a year at his job. He's married, has 3 kids running around, and he's contributing about 5% because there's a 5% match with the company. These are just ballpark numbers. So he's contributing 5% to his 401k. His life insurance annual premium is about $5,000 a year. He's going to take $5,000 a year, put it into a life insurance policy. In this example, I'm using Emeritus, because Emeritus not only provides a good death benefit protection, it also provides nice cash growth on their Index Universal Life chassis, and it includes living benefits for things like terminal illnesses, chronic illnesses, and critical illnesses. The cash that's growing in that policy is going to be growing tax deferred. So they're putting $5,000 a year away. That's going to get them a $325,000 death benefit. But we're doing this more for cash heavy growth. So we're setting it that, yes, there's a death benefit there to help replace that income, transfer some wealth, things of that nature. But we're doing this more to help offset those taxes during the retirement years. So he's contributing $5,000 a year for the next 30 years, figuring that we're going to retire at age 65. Paying into this policy for 30 years at $5,000, we're looking here at paying, he's put 5% of his income, and this is assuming he's never received another raise, just to keep math easy. We're looking at a 401k value of 1.8 million in 30 years. That's based on averages of about 7 to 8% growth in their 401k. Now, during the retirement years, house is paid off, kids are out of the house. They're now able to live the life that they wanted to live and and basically have some financial independence. They got $1.8 million. They're going to take $50,000 a year from their 401k annually. Now, assuming that they're at a 30% tax rate, they're going to pay $15,000 a year in income taxes off of that $50,000 income. So that is really eating into their income. And they have those taxes, that tax burden, $15,000. So taking a look at the cash value at age 65, age 66 with Emeritus, we're looking at a cash value of $342,000. So, do they have to dip into their savings? Do they have to take out additional money out of their 401k or some other assets to pay Uncle Sam that 15 grand that's owed? Absolutely not. They can take they have $342,000 of cash value reserves that they can access to now take that money, take $15,000 out tax free. It's a tax free loan from their cash value, and pays off Uncle Sam. They've now offset that financial burden. Now, there's some additional tax benefits to using life insurance, and I hope that everybody's tracking here and you can understand what's going on. So, and of course, ask questions. I love questions at the end here, but there are some additional tax benefits using life insurance. First, it can prepay a beneficiary's taxes as well. So keep in mind that if the client has children that are grown, maybe they have a business, maybe they're in agriculture, they own a farm, they're land rich, cash poor, they would then be able to use that death benefit to pay off Uncle Sam, to prepay the beneficiary's taxes, to pay off Uncle Sam so that they don't have to liquidate assets in order to meet those financial obligations. It also can, through life insurance, can leave a tax efficient legacy. Assurance benefits can pay estate taxes. Again, a financial burden that would be left with the heirs or to the next generation or two down the road. And these benefits can provide income to a family for many years to come. So they can get that life insurance benefit. Again, just to review, it avoids probate, avoids taxes. So there's a large chunk of money. Now they can put that money and invest it and start drawing money on that year after year to fund their own retirement. So there's multiple benefits, multiple tax benefits to using life insurance. So here are a couple of final thoughts. I said at the beginning of this, very simple, very straightforward. It's about having conversations with people. For some of you who are on the call today, you work in the financial planning sector of this industry. Life insurance and financial planning complement each other. For those financial planners that are watching this today, don't look at life insurance as a competitor. We want to work alongside you. You don't have to be a life insurance expert. You're working hard to help grow their assets, keep an eye on their retirement accounts, helping to give them the best return that they can get, so that they're as they're growing that nest egg. The life insurance is a component that complements that, and it's to help with future taxes. The other thing that everybody on this call needs to understand is you do not have to be a tax expert. You don't have to be a tax expert. Understand it's just round numbers, assuming that we're probably around a 30% tax bracket. If you have anybody that um, is in accounting, by all means, give them a call. They'll be able to help you as well. But understand that your relationship with us here at URL, we also have experts that eat, breathe, and sleep tax law, life insurance, and all those other things. So you don't have to be an expert. You can lean on URL for that. And that gets me to my third point. We're here to help you with your case support, your case design. Lean on us, lean on the expertise that URL provides. So, again, life insurance is a great tool to help prepay for a person's retirement so they can offset their financial obligations to get rid of that financial burden during their retirement years when they're on that fixed income. Help your clients offset those financial burdens, things that people don't think about. And life insurance can help do that, help pass that money, help protect the next generation as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask those questions. I appreciate everybody's time today. Like I said, very simple, very straightforward. This is our Life Markets Master Class. I'm Matt Alina. I'm the Life Markets Manager here at URL. If you need to get a hold of me, you can call me directly at 717 216 8041. That's 717 216 8041. And my email address is matta@urlinsgroup.com. Thank you, everybody, for your partnership. Thank you for your time today. And we're here to help you. Give us a call. Don't be a stranger. We look forward to helping you with any of your life insurance cases. Until next time, take it easy, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.